Woohoo! Welcome back, Albert Figueroa with Connecting the Dots Network. The song's called Nothing But a Good Thing by Poison. A flashback from the 80s, approximately, give or take, 1988. We like this song because I know Erik Wilson from My Job Depends on Ag. I said it out. My Job Depends on Ag. Erik Wilson here, co-founder of My Job Depends on Ag. And, gosh, Erik, great. Thank you for having us on the show here today. My wife and I say thank you for joining us.
Good stuff.
Now, tell us about ag, man. My Job Depends on Ag. You tell us about that. I mean, you were on the last show, folks. You want to hear this. This is good stuff.
Well, we just wanted to have a place, and like we talked about last time, where the farmers and the public, we can reach have a place to have the public have an opportunity to engage with the farmers.
Well, you were voicing your opinion, because I remember the last time you were here, you were saying that the government said it's only 2%.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, the page, the underlying theme is just exactly what it says. Is your job depend on ag? And I think when people think about that, it you can't hardly escape it, you know. And when you come in and say that your job depends on agriculture, the 2% just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing.
There ain't no 2%, man.
And
call it what it is. There ain't no 2%, because it's all connected.
Yeah, it is, and that's what the whole point is. So we want to make the public can see. So policy gets made not so much in our favor, but good decisions are made to protect it.
Yes,
because we're seeing some distance from agriculture. From the public, and so some policies that have affected us, they may not have affected us if the public knows what we're doing. There's kind of a disconnect about what we're doing and how we do it, and if we can make that connection to the public, then I think they will have a vested interest in making sure that agriculture is a healthy part of the economy, and that's just what I think, and I think that the fact that we've been so good at what we do.
Yes.
Farmers are all across the country. It is people just take for granted that food is so readily available.
Well, it comes out of nowhere because it's in the warehouse. They don't think where
the
before the warehouse.
Really,
where does it come from?
nobody puts much thought in it. When they go to the store, it's just there. It's always been there.
Yes.
For at least 50 years.
Yes.
For most people, it's just there, and we have what used to be the case is you would only have seasonal fruit. Well, now we've got year-round stuff going on, and so that's part of the competition for the American farmer is when we have tomatoes we're growing in season here.
Yes.
Well, then when we're out of season, other countries grow them,
like Mexico or other places. That's all over the world.
That puts us kind of at a tough spot because they can do things cheaper than we can, and so the prices. There's just a lot of stuff that we want to share why we do things. The American farmer,
yes,
it does things the best, and if you want the people that are picking and packing your fruit and stuff, if you want those people to make more money and have a better life, you need to maybe make a conscious decision to buy the stuff that they're picking and packing.
Well, it's like that old saying, made in America.
Yes, we need to bring that back.
I mean, that's old school right there. Made in America was quality, and you wouldn't have had that stamp on there. It was quality made.
Exactly.
Same thing goes with our agriculture.
Yes.
And you do your own custom spraying, too, out there.
Yeah. And I farm some, too, but, the spraying has every part of my life, from the time I was a kid to where I got now, because my dad wasn't a farmer, neither was his dad. Okay, so my journey in agriculture and becoming a farmer like this and in agriculture is more unique than most people are born into it. Not me. I kind of found my way into it.
You flew right into it.
It's different. So, but along the way, I've seen firsthand of the people who do it in all levels of agriculture, different areas of it, and a lot of times it went against what other people were saying about the people who do it.
Yes.
For an example, you hear that the San Joaquin Valley is big agriculture and it's all corporate farms. Well, just like anybody else who has a business, they might have an LLC is available to anybody.
That's real.
Okay, and growing food food and fiber can be. We live in a litigious society, so you need to protect yourself. It's a tax thing. So you could have you could look up a tax roll or whatever and see all these. Oh, look at all these corporate farms, but they're husband and wives with maybe 3 employees.
Yes.
Right? And so I personally, in my area where I've sprayed for 100 different growers.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
And close to 40,000 acres every year. And only one out of all those people is what I would consider a corporate farm. And even then, that farm is operated by just great people who care and do stuff. They're all part of it's not, I think it's easy to blame a faceless group. And that's what we're here for. We're here to bring the face of the people who grow your food, because we need to dispel those things. And sure, there's bad apples everywhere, just like in any other business.
Exactly.
Farming's no unique from any other industry. We're human beings, and there's people who do things. Because I want to bring honest conversation,
exactly
into it. And so
now you started your Facebook. You got to hear this one, because he started his Facebook by his heart and passion.
Right.
It's just to unite the farmers, agriculture, everybody
Right.
that's related
Right.
to it.
Right.
Started off with nothing. What's the count right now as of May of this year?
we're almost probably 39,000 right now.
39,000 viewers on Facebook.
Yeah.
And you are the co-founder?
Co-founder, and it got started by my friend Steve, like we said before.
Give shout out to Steve.
Say
Tell
hello,
us, Steve.
How you
Steve
doing?
Malanco.
He's the one who did the artwork and made the decal and the phrase "My Job."
And that's what we have right on the
That's
screen right here.
That's
This
his
one
baby.
here, this is Steve's work right
That's
here.
his
Steve
baby right
Malanco
there.
with Max Equipment
And
in the
that's
city
right.
of Kerman.
Yeah.
And then you got nationwide too,
Yeah,
huh?
we're gonna have all 50 states eventually. We're doing that now.
And then you can purchase those stickers
Purchase
too.
from our Facebook page, and now we got a website up and running too.
Woohoo! That website, my
And
job.
mind you, all the money that we're getting is going to go to the young people through scholarships, through education, through promotion of ag.
Look at
What I mean
that.
by promotion of ag is using media as best we can, television, commercials, to promote agriculture.
Yes.
And the defense of it, I think that we need to, when we feel that agriculture in a community is being hurt, we need to find ways to, the resources to defend it. And what I mean by agriculture, too, I want to make this clear to everybody. The timber industry is agriculture. Aquaculture is agriculture. Organic conventional farmers are agriculture. The trucking industry is agriculture.
Everything
Everybody-
is connected.
Yeah.
Folks, realize everything is connected.
So with that, that's when that 2% of the economy just gets blown away, because people just think, oh, ag's hurting, so that's the farmer and his employees. He sells it to a nameless person, and they keep the money, and that's the end of the story.
It's not it.
That's
No,
not the
no,
end of the
no,
story.
no.
It's
All
massive.
that funny goes out through the
Oh, yeah.
community and all.
Yeah.
Hey, you got some events coming up here. Tell
Yeah,
us
we do.
about
Yeah,
these
and I wanted
events.
to get that in. Fresno Grizzlies, because they figure their job depends on ag too. This is what the whole theme is.
So what do they do?
Call us up and they say, hey, we're having a rally night. We want you to be part of it. We want to make this a yearly thing. To where
Yes.
we have an agriculture night, So we're
Yes.
going to do that, and then for the MADERA Fair, that's tomorrow night. It's the game at Grizzly Stadium.
Yes.
Then the MADERA Fair, Tally Companies out of MADERA, part of their business is a trucking company. And they came in and out of their own pocket, financed even the commercials. They took their logo off,
Yes. Oh,
and
look
they
at
put
this.
ours into their place.
When they believe a leader, they follow them.
So this has been just a real humbling experience for
I
all
bet
of us.
it has.
So we're going to go buy a bunch of animals at the fair.
Oh, I
And
love
so,
it, love
give
it.
it back right there. So
Oh.
that's what you're talking about. Pay it forward. We're those animals and the kids that do their the 4-H and stuff like that.
Yes.
It's really good. So we're excited to be there. And other fairs, there's other stuff coming along. There's Tractor Supply may end up having our decals everywhere. So there's opportunity just keeps growing. At España's restaurant in Las Banas. I don't know
Yes.
if everybody been there, but España said, hey, our job depends on ag. We want that decal on all our vehicles and our front door.
I love
And
it.
when that starts happening, see, that's
That's a movement.
Yeah, and
That's a
people-
movement.
We're just saying that it just depends on that, and let the community see it. And when they see all these images of my job depends on ag is everywhere, then people might say, hey, there's more to this story than what I've been told. Let's check it out.
And the founders. Okay, tell us about the founders. Who? That's yourself?
Me and Steve Malaka, and also Bianca and Teresa.
Bianca Echavez?
Yeah.
Surge 365.
She's the girl that gets all the decals out to everybody.
Oh, she is a go-getter. She's a mover
she's got
and
her own
shaker.
job, so she's helping. And Teresa Sheridan designed our website.
Teresa did an excellent job on that
So
website.
the four of us right now is the ones behind this right now, but join our Facebook page and tell your story about agriculture, or not even agriculture. Tell a story how you feel your job might depend on ag. I mean, I had a guy call me from Yolo County, and he said, "Hey, man, I got a sports store, and when farming's bad, my business is bad." And those connections I need. Agriculture is what makes my world
Yes,
go round.
everything connects.
You know,
Hey, and we want to say thank you for connecting the dots too, network.
Yeah.
That you guys, my job depends on ag. They're sponsoring with Surge 365 for Patrick Contreras mixer over here next Thursday night
Yeah.
at the E Lounge.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody in that team, and all we're going to do is pay it forward. Tell everybody about my job depends on ag, because it's all about unity in the community. When you don't see nothing happen, create it. This is what their team did. This is how they're growing. They're up to 39,000 on Facebook and growing more and more. Gosh, Eric, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us again.
Thank you so much. This is Erik Wilson with My Job Depends on Ag, as well as his custom spraying there. You looking for a job? Look it up. Call up Eric. This is Albert Figueroa.
Right.
Eric Wilson,
Thank you,
thank you.
All right.
Albert Figueroa will connect in the dots. Nothing but a good time by Poison. We'll be right back after these messages. Woo-hoo!